Have you ever done a low by year? Have you ever thought about doing a low by year? I personally have last year, 2023, the full year, and this is what I learned. Now, to preface a little bit, I, Amanda Siedler, do enjoy shopping. I do enjoy adding things intentionally to my wardrobe. I do like collecting things. I have, for example, a handbag collection of 20 handbags. I have a blazer collection of 37 blazers or something like this, right? Initially, I thought, should I do a no buy year? But then I thought, like, who am I? That will never work. I basically told myself I can buy anything from my wish list. I can also buy 20 random items. Like if I just scroll and I find something that I really, really, really want and I think I cannot live without it, or I think my life would actually be better if I bought said thing, then I allowed myself to buy it, but only 20 things, right? I do know I am in a very privileged position to already have a lot of things. So there's not been a single thing throughout the year that I've been like, I actually need to buy this to make my life work or to make my life possible, right? I basically have so much stuff already that I found it's just healthy to take a step back to think, what do I actually want? What do I actually need? How can I be more mindful and more intentional with what I bring into my life? Which is kind of my first learning. And that is, Amanda, you don't actually need anything. I've essentially been collecting handbags since I was 15. I've been collecting clothing since forever, essentially. I've been pretty much the same size since I was 15 years old. I mean, sure, I've gone up a few sizes a little bit, right? But essentially, the things I bought back then, most of it I can still wear, I can still fit into, right? So things just accumulate over time. But essentially, as you grow older, as you understand more of like fabric composition, you understand more about kind of, or at least for me, right, personally, I'm not sure for your situation, but for me personally, as I understand more about like quality, as I understand more about this is me, this is what I like wearing, this is what I like doing, this is what works for my lifestyle, right? As I've kind of grown into that to some capacity, there are things that I feel like I need to upgrade, or there are things that I need to add to emulate that look and that kind of mood that I want to have in my wardrobe, right? And I think that's inevitable, right? I don't actually need anything, but there are things that I want to buy into, that I want to kind of add to my collection of clothing, I guess, if you will. This is the thing, right? I buy most of my things pre-loved. I don't need anything, but when I find something that I'm like, oh, I do think my life would be better if I had that sweater. Like, I know this is very like surface level, right? Like I said, my learning is I don't need anything. I have plenty. I can go through my whole entire life, my whole entire being, right, with the things I own. But I like things. I like products. I like having things. I like collecting things. I like hunting for those pre-loved finds. Like this polo neck, for example. I was browsing one of my favorite secondhand websites. If you're a regular on this channel, you would already know. It's called Sellpy. It's available here in Sweden. I'm not sure about other countries actually. But like, I have my favorite brands in the recent searches. Once in a while I click that, I scroll a little bit and I'm like, what nice things are there from my favorite brands that I might enjoy. I found this. This is a little, do we see? It's a little Brunello Cucinelli cashmere little sweater with a little like cotton white collar. Is this not the cutest thing of life? Honestly, I think so. I think it goes very well with my like grandpa core old school prep aesthetic that we have going on my channel. It was like 40 euros and I'm like, it's a no-brainer. I do enjoy buying some things, but we can all be more intentional. That's the key takeaway, and I actually don't need anything. My next learning. I think buying less but better is something everyone can benefit from. In this time and space where everything is just like, this is in, this is out, this is the new trend for spring 2024, this is the new micro trend for May, this is the green dress that everyone needs, right? I think in a world of constant kind of chitter chatter in the back of our heads of like, this is in, this is out, this is what you need, this is what you don't need, I think it's beneficial to take a step back and think, what do I actually need? What do I actually want to buy? What do I actually think, if I buy it, will be a good addition to my life, to my wardrobe, to my general mood that I'm trying to emulate. For me personally, right, I've been focusing on buying higher quality items for a long time. I would honestly say that I've been pretty lucky with the things I have bought. For example, my Max Mara coats or my Hermès bags. Like, I've always been the kind of person who, like, I focus in on something and I'm like, this is the best in its category. For example, the Birkin bag, right? When I started collecting bags, my dad asked me, he's like, so what is the actual, like, top of the line? What is the Porsche 911 of handbags, right? For him, the Porsche 911 is like the top car, right? What is that in the handbag world? I was like, the Hermès Birkin is the top of the top. That's the bag everyone wants, right? He was like, why don't you just go for that bag then? I mean, if it's a good investment, if it's something that is essentially a reversible purchase, right? If you regret it, you can sell it on for what you bought it for or even more. To me, it sounds like a no-brainer, just buy it, right? Which was essentially what I did when I could afford it. So I bought some really nice high quality items early on in my kind of collector journey. I bought the Hermès Birkin, I bought some Max Mara coats, I bought some Burberry coats, I bought some like really nice Stuart Weitzman boots, Burberry scarves, whatever, what have you, right? I've bought like so many high quality, nice items. I never really bought things with the intention of buying less but better. I always bought things with the intention of I'm buying the best thing, right, in its category, but I'm not really trying to buy less. I'm just trying to buy the best thing and then moving on to the next best thing in the next category, right? So it was never really intentionally trying to buy less. It was always just trying to, you know, buy the best in each category and continue to collect the next item, right, in the next category in the best item possible. Buying less but better, I think, is a great way to kind of approach shopping, right, and approach collecting items in general, not just like the handbag thingies of the world or the clothing thingies of the world, right, but I mean, also like kitchen gadgets. Do you really need all of those mixers? Can you just buy one amazing mixer and have it for everything, or blender or whatever it's called? In Swedish it's called mixer, but I think that's like a little party in English. And a blender is what you actually mix things with. I feel like I need a microphone for this. My third learning is that your personal style is what you actually wear. Honestly, I think we get so kind of fixated and so like swept up in I need to create my personal style. I need to make sure that my personal style is this and this. What is my personal style? How do I find my personal style? Like, where is it? Where can I find it? It is something that I've thought about a lot, and it's kind of like, well, what is my personal style? But girly, your personal style is the outfit that you wore yesterday, kind of a thing, if you're happy with it. I have always been a pretty like preppy person. I guess I've always worn the same kind of style. I've always loved a good pair of denim. I've always loved like a little polo neck shirt. I've always liked the kind of turtleneck and skirt combination. That's something that I still wear to this day. Just wear what you enjoy wearing, call that your personal style, and that is perfect, you know? So for me, kind of stick to what you know and stick to what you already like has been a good learning throughout this low buy year, because honestly, especially when you're in this kind of style and kind of fashion-y mindset, right? I mean, personal style is something that is put on a pedestal. It's like, no, you should not buy trends. You should just stick to your personal style. But then it's like, okay, if I don't know what my personal style is, then like, how do I do that, you know? And I think just being okay with sticking to what you know once in a while. Like, if you like what you're wearing, that is your personal style. If you want to change something to reach what you would consider good personal style, then change that and then call it a day, you know? I don't think creating personal style needs to be this whole journey, right? From buying less in this past year in 2023, I kind of learned that honestly, I don't need that much variety. What I wear on a daily basis is mainly like a turtleneck, a blazer, a good pair of like either slacks or jeans, a good pair of loafers or boots, a good pair of sneakers, a cute designer bag, a nice coat. That's about it. I'm not really seeking all of these like new fashion forward outfits, right? Even though sometimes I wish I was that person, but honestly I'm not. We've done a little bit of soul searching, you and I, right? Your personal style is what you actually wear. It's not really the kind of, this is personal style, the key steps to creating personal style, like this is the 3 style words. I mean, yes, I do have 3 words that describe my personal style, which is luxurious equestrian cafe, right? But that in itself, that doesn't really make an outfit. That just creates a mood of what I want to exude with my outfits, right? If you already have a bunch of clothes that you enjoy wearing, and if you have like a set of items that you go back to time and time again, just wear that, call that your personal style. And that is perfectly fine. Your personal style doesn't have to be this extravagant, avant-garde, like pushing you out of your comfort zone kind of thing if you don't want it to be, right? Your personal style can be exactly what you wore yesterday or what you're wearing today or what you're planning to wear tomorrow. And that is good enough in my experience, in my opinion. My 4th learning we already spoke about briefly. It is that I do enjoy things. I like collecting things. I like having things. I like creating a little like safe space in my apartment with all of my pretty little things that I enjoy buying and that I enjoy collecting and that I enjoy hunting for on the pre-loved market, if you will. I think the whole concept of, okay, you're doing a low buy year, now you are a minimalist. You cannot enjoy buying things. You should buy nothing. You should buy less. Why are you buying that? I feel like that's a little bit toxic. Like, don't sue me, but I think we're not perfect. Like, if I enjoy collecting things, just let me collect my things, okay? For one, like if you are in the personal kind of style space or the fashion space in general, like in your mindset or online or whatever in your life, it's fine to want to collect items. Like even if you do a low buy year, it doesn't have to be that deep, right? If you find something that you're like, this thing would make my life better, whether that's a handbag, it's a new vacuum cleaner, it's, whatever you want to buy, right? If that thing will make your life better, just buy it. Like if you can afford it, if you feel like that is something, like I said, that will enable a better life for you, what's the dealio, you know? I think that goes back to the point of everyone could do with buying less but better, right? Only buy those things that you are intentional about. This is something that I really, really want. This is something I will wear. This is something I will cherish. This is something that will make my life better. This is something that I feel is lacking in my life, right? Just buy that thing. It's fine, I promise. I think doing a low buy year is super valuable. It's a good experience. It's a good learning. I think even though I'm not doing a low buy year in 2024, I will just continue with the same kind of mindset, the same kind of habits, right? If I find something that I want, think about, do I really want that thing? Do I really think that I will use it? Do I think that that is something that would add to my aesthetic, to my life, to my mood, to whatever, right? Will that bring value to my life? If that is a yes, okay, fine. If it's within my budget, then buy it. If I see something, I'm like out shopping in the city center and I'm like, oh, that is kind of cute. Doesn't fit properly, it's not like the perfect item, then just leave it. I think owning less is probably better for everyone, right? We have so much stuff and we're seeing so much new stuff on legit a daily basis. Like just go onto Instagram to scroll and see what your favorite people are up to. In between those photos, you see like 10 to 15 products pop up, right, in ads. There will always be more things. Like, don't buy things on impulse, buy things intentionally, is what I'm trying to say. The last learning is something that I've always kind of bought into, and that is buying pre-loved items is fun. When you buy intentionally and when you work with a wish list and when you practice patience in buying things, why not buy pre-loved, literally? I think there are such high quality, such nice things out on the pre-loved market. If you're willing to, one, be patient, one, search, ask questions to the seller, make sure that you're buying something that will fit, that is of high quality, that is with great stitching, that is with great fabric composition, all of this kind of stuff, right? Being patient on waiting for that perfect item. Like, you can find some such high quality things for a lot less than they would cost new in the store. If you think about Hermès, if you think about Louis Vuitton, if you think about Dior, all of these kind of stores, right? I mean, their recommended retail price, it's just a concept. It's not something that is actually rooted in, okay, sure, the craftsmanship, I'm sure, is top tier. The materials that they use, top tier. Everything is top tier, right? The experience when you go into the store, top tier. But equally, when you buy from those brands, like the Brunello Cucinelli things, for example, the items that you buy from there, they're such high markups on those things, right? For example, the blazer I bought recently, one of those new in the store, it's like 4,000 euros. 4,000 euros for a blazer. That is ridiculous. If you have patience, if you search pre-loved, you can find those for like 200 euros versus 4,000 recommended retail price. I mean, that gap, there's just a lot of fluff in there. Sure, the experience in the store, I'm assuming it's great. You probably get a glass of champagne or water or coffee or whatever you want, right? It's not the same experience, I know. But equally, if you want to collect super high quality items, you are a girly on a budget like yours truly, then why not go pre-loved? You can get such nice things that you can have and cherish for forever, essentially, but you don't have to pay 4,000 euros. Like I said, that recommended retail price, that's more about telling a story, right, to the consumer from the brand. It's like, okay, if you buy from here, you get the highest quality thing like that. Let me just see so that my pen is not, yes, we are not painting on the Birkin. Yes, these are such high quality things, right? Buying these pre-loved, yes, I mean, this is a bad example because usually if you buy them pre-loved, you have to pay more than if you buy them in the store. However, the point I'm making, if you go and buy a jacket from Hermès, for example, the handbags are their main items. If you go and buy a jacket, the price tag on that jacket is more telling a story. It's going into that store, you see that that jacket is 4,000 euros, right? Or whatever it is. You're like, damn, that has to be the best jacket of life. That has to be such high quality to justify that 4,000 euro price tag. Believe me, it is a nice jacket, but it's not 4,000 euros nice, right? Especially if you can find it on the pre-loved market for a significantly lower price. What I'm trying to tell you. Check pre-loved, be patient, work with a wish list. You can find such nice things, especially if you're on a low buy year. Then you do have that time and space to take a step back, think, what do I actually need? What brands do I prefer to buy from? What items am I lacking in my wardrobe? Usually, if you're someone like me, you're not actually lacking a lot. Like, you have so much stuff already that you probably don't need anything. So if you buy anything, do take that time and space to look for it. I mean, if you don't want to buy pre-loved, look for it on sale or whatever. Like, never pay recommended retail price because that is just not what we're here for. Even though I'm not doing a low buy year in 2024, I'm planning to continue with the same kind of mindset, with the same kind of habits around consumption and purchases, right? I'm planning to continue to have a wish list. I actually just filmed an updated wish list video, which I think will go up before this video, so do feel free to check that out. It's a lot of Hermès, it's a lot of ridiculously priced items, which I am planning to go on a Vestiaire Collective scroll or whatever is your favorite pre-loved website, right? But essentially, buy intentionally, buy less, have a wish list, stick to that. Create time and space between finding something and actually buy it. And also be mindful of the fact that you already have so many things. Use those things. Perhaps, may I even dare suggesting to declutter a couple of things here and there if there are some things that you don't use, you don't enjoy. I'm planning on doing a little video on decluttering as well because, like I said, I've been essentially the same size since I was 15. I have so much stuff that I can't declutter because it's like I wore it when I was 15 and I'm not necessarily trying to wear it now, if you know what I'm saying. I think decluttering can be a whole topic to discuss for us on its own, but essentially, when I say decluttering, I don't just mean like give it to charity or throw it away or give it to a friend or whatever, right? I think decluttering can also be just creating some space, take that thing that you're not currently having any desire to wear out of your wardrobe, put it in storage, archive it, if you will, and see if you do feel like you will want to wear that later on, right? So decluttering and low buy years usually go hand in hand, but we're not including that in this video because I've already been chatting for literally forever. Guys, this is what I learned during my 2023 low buy year. Have you ever done a low buy year? Are you thinking of doing a low buy year? Tell me all about your low buy year thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for spending this time and space with me today. If you did enjoy this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this chat with me, consider subscribing and joining the Siedler family. Thank you once again so much for watching, and until my next video, stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.